sun rises above the western hills, the streets remain peaceful. The market stalls are closed. Colorful cloth hangs motionless above the narrow lanes. The central fountain continues to flow. Its water falls gently into the stone basin. In the caravan courtyard, Cloud is still asleep. His blue cloth rests beside him. The bells on his harness do not move. The town seems to be resting after a long day of trade. You wake beneath a warm blanket. The wooden room is cool. A faint scent of fresh bread enters through the window. Somewhere below, a baker has already begun working. You sit up slowly. Today, the caravan will leave the mountain market. The road will descend into a wide green valley. At the center of the valley flows a great river. An ancient bridge crosses it. For generations, travelers have used that bridge. Merchants, pilgrims, farmers, messengers, caravans carrying goods from one side of the world to another. The bridge is more than stone. It is a meeting place between roads. You gather your belongings. Your travel bag is beside the wall. Your cloak is folded neatly on top. You place it around your shoulders and walk downstairs. The caravan courtyard is beginning to wake. Liang stands near the gate. He checks the ropes around several bundles. The merchants have added new goods. Wool from the mountain villages, metal tools, small bags of dried herbs, a few carefully wrapped pieces of blue mineral. The road carries them west. Cloud rises beneath the shelter. His long legs unfold slowly. A worker places the blue cloth beside his harness. The bells move. Clink. Cloud looks toward the open gate. Perhaps he remembers the road. Perhaps he knows another journey is beginning. You walk toward him. Today we cross a great river, you say. Cloud takes a slow breath, then he lowers his head. The caravan gathers. The town gates open. The travelers begin to move. Clink. 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 Cloud leads the way through the quiet streets. The market remains closed. Only a few people are awake. A woman carries water from the fountain. A baker places warm bread beside his door. A watchman walks along the town wall. The caravan passes through the western gate. Behind you, the mountain town grows smaller. The hills rise above it. Soon, the road turns. The town disappears. The land begins to descend. At first, the road is narrow. It follows the side of a hill. The valley stretches below. Mist rests above the trees. The river is not visible yet, but you can hear it, a distant sound. Low. Steady. The caravan walks carefully. Cloud moves slowly down the slope. His bells echo against the rocks. Clink. 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 The road becomes wider. Tall grass grows beside it. Wildflowers appear. Yellow, white. Blue. Birds fly above the valley. The air is warmer than in the mountains. You breathe deeply. The scent of pine fades. The smell of grass and damp earth returns. After several hours, the valley opens. You stop beside a stone marker. Below you, the great river appears. It is wide, much wider than the streams you followed through the hills. The water shines beneath the morning sun. It moves between green banks. Small boats travel along its surface. Beyond the river, fields stretch toward distant forests. At the center stands the ancient bridge. It crosses the water in a long line of stone arches. The bridge is larger than you imagined. Its pillars rise from the river. The current moves around them. Several towers stand at the ends. Travelers cross in both directions. Carts, horses, donkeys. People carrying baskets. Caravans. The bridge connects the eastern road to the western valley. Liang stands beside you. Many journeys pass here, he says. You look at the bridge. It looks strong. It has stood through many seasons, Liang replies. Floods, storms. Years of travel. The caravan continues down the hill. The road becomes busier. Farmers lead carts filled with grain. Merchants carry bundles of cloth. A group of travelers walks beside several horses. Everyone moves toward the river. The bridge grows larger. Soon, you can see the details. Stone walls line both sides. Small openings allow people to look down at the water. The arches are wide. The surface is worn smooth by countless footsteps. At the eastern entrance, a small market has formed. Travelers stop before crossing. Some buy food, others repair equipment. Boat workers offer rides along the river. A woman sells warm bread with herbs. The scent fills the road. Liang signals for a rest. The camels kneel near a shaded wall. Cloud drinks water from a wooden trough. You sit beside him. The river moves nearby. Its sound is stronger now. You can hear waves touching the stone pillars. You watch a boat pass beneath the bridge. The boat is long and narrow. Several people sit inside. A rower guides it along the current. The river carries goods to wood, grain, clay jars. Bundles of cloth. Some journeys follow roads, others follow water. A river can connect cities just as a caravan route does. You walk toward the bridge entrance. A stone arch rises above the road. Symbols are carved into its surface. Some are old. Others appear newer. A guard sits beside a wooden table. He records the goods carried by travelers. The caravan's bundles are counted. The camels are checked. Then Liang receives permission to cross. The caravan moves forward. Cloud steps onto the bridge. Clink, clink, clink. The bells sound different on stone. The sound echoes beneath the arches. You follow. The river spreads on both sides. You look down. The water is deep. Sunlight moves across the surface. Small waves touch the pillars. The bridge feels solid beneath your feet. Yet the river continues to move. You walk slowly. The wind is cool. Birds fly above the water. On the far bank, green fields wait. Halfway across, the caravan stops. A cart ahead has become stuck. One wheel has caught against a damaged stone. Several travelers work together. They lift the cart. Others guide the horse. After a few moments, the wheel moves free. The travelers smile. The road continues. Even a great bridge needs care. People repair the stones. They clear the path. They help one another. A road remains useful because people protect it. You continue walking. At the center of the bridge, you pause. The view is wide. To the east, the mountains rise behind the valley. The road leads back toward the market town. Beyond it lie the ancient city and the desert. Farther still are the oasis gardens. The high mountain pass. The green valley. The first great city where the journey began. All those places lie behind you. To the west, the river continues. It passes through forests and fields. The road follows it toward new cities. New markets. New stories. You stand between two worlds. Behind you, the road you have traveled. Ahead, the road waiting to be discovered. The river flows beneath both. You take another step. Cloud's bells ring. Clink, clink. Clink. The caravan reaches the western side. A stone tower stands beside the road. A small village has grown around it. Houses line the riverbank. Wooden docks extend into the water. Fishing boats rest beside them. Children sit near the shore. They wave as the caravan passes. The land is green. Tall trees grow beside the river. Fields stretch toward the hills. After the dry desert, the valley feels full of life. The caravan follows a road beside the water. At midday, the travelers stop beneath a large willow tree. Its long branches hang toward the river. The camels rest in the shade. Cloud lies on the grass. His blue cloth rests against his side. The bells become still. A meal is shared. Fresh bread. Cheese. Fruit. Vegetables from the nearby farms. The food tastes different after the desert. The fruit is full of water. The bread is soft. The grass beneath you is cool. You sit near the river. A fisherman approaches. He carries a net across his shoulder. His name is Marek. He asks where the caravan is traveling. West, Liang says. Marek nods. The river will guide you. He points downstream. Many towns stand beside it. Boats carry goods farther than the road. You ask about the bridge. My grandfather helped repair it, Marek says. And his grandfather worked there too. He explains that the river sometimes rises after heavy rain. The current becomes strong. The bridge must be inspected. Stones are repaired. Wooden barriers are replaced. The bridge belongs to everyone who uses it. You look back. The stone arches stand above the water. People cross in both directions. The bridge is always busy. Yet it also feels peaceful. It connects without choosing where anyone should go. It simply allows the journey to continue. After the meal, the caravan follows the river west. The road is smooth. Tall trees offer shade. Birds sing. The river shines beside the path. You walk comfortably. The sound of water becomes part of the journey. Cloud's bells join it. Clink. Clink. The afternoon passes. Small villages appear. Farmers work in fields. Water wheels turn beside narrow channels. Children play near wooden fences. The caravan receives greetings. Travelers are welcomed. They bring news from distant places. Near sunset, the road reaches a riverside caravanserai. The building is large. Its walls are made of pale stone. A wooden gate opens toward the river. Boats are tied to a small dock. The caravan enters. Inside, there is a wide courtyard. A fountain stands at the center. The camels are given water and fresh grass. Cloud rests beneath a covered shelter. The blue cloth beside his harness is still. The bells are silent. You walk toward the river. The sun lowers behind the trees. The water becomes gold. Boats move slowly. Their reflections stretch across the surface. A gentle breeze touches your face. The journey feels calm. You remember the desert, the wide dunes, the hidden garden. The ancient stones. Now the river flows beside you. The road changes, but the rhythm remains. One step, then another. One place, then the next. The Silk Road is not only a single path, it is a web of journeys. Roads meet rivers. Rivers meet cities. Cities meet mountains. People carry goods from one route to another. The journey continues. Dinner is served in the caravanserai. Travelers sit beside long wooden tables. Some arrived by boat. Others came by road. Stories fill the room. A sailor describes a city downstream. A merchant speaks of a forest road. A farmer tells of a harvest festival. Tarike plays a quiet melody. The river moves outside. The music blends with its sound. Later, you return to your room. The window faces the water. Moonlight shines across the river. Cloud rests in the courtyard. His blue cloth is still. The bells do not move. Tomorrow, the caravan will follow the river toward a forest. The road will enter tall trees. New villages will appear. Perhaps a new city waits beyond the woods. But tonight, the great river carries the moon. The ancient bridge stands behind you. The caravanserai is quiet. Water moves beside the road, softly, steadily. You close your eyes. The river continues its journey through the night, and the ancient Silk Road continues with it. Morning comes gently to the riverside caravanserai. Long before the first rays of sunlight reach the eastern sky, the great river is already awake. Its waters glide quietly beside the stone walls. Soft ripples touch the wooden docks. A small fishing boat rocks gently with the current. The world is peaceful. Only the river continues its endless journey. You lie comfortably beneath your blanket. The room is cool. Through the open window comes the scent of fresh water and green leaves. Somewhere outside, a single bird welcomes the morning. Then another answers. Soon, the soft chorus spreads through the riverside trees. Not loudly, never hurried, simply greeting another day. You open your eyes. The pale light of dawn rests upon the wooden ceiling. For a few quiet moments, you simply listen. The flowing river, the distant birds. The gentle creak of the building as it settles into the morning. There is nowhere else you need to be. The Silk Road has taught you something important. Every destination begins with a peaceful morning. You fold your blanket. Your travel bag waits beside the wall, exactly where you left it. Outside, the courtyard is beginning to stir. Cloud stands beneath his shelter. His blue cloth hangs neatly beside his harness. The familiar bells remain silent. He watches the courtyard with calm, patient eyes. Nearby, Liang checks the caravan supplies one final time. The bundles are secure. The water skins are full. Fresh bread has been wrapped in clean linen. Several baskets contain apples, walnuts, and pears purchased from farmers near the river. The western journey continues. You walk over to Cloud. Good morning, you whisper. Cloud slowly turns his head toward you. He blinks once, then lowers his neck as if offering a quiet greeting. One bell touches another. Clink. The sound is soft, almost sleepy. You smile. It has become one of the familiar sounds of your journey. Soon the great wooden gates open. The caravan leaves the riverside and behind. The river remains beside the road for several miles. Morning mist floats just above the water. The rising sun paints the surface with silver and gold. You notice fishermen standing quietly along the banks. Their nets rest patiently in the water. None of them hurry. They understand the rhythm of rivers. Fish cannot be rushed. Neither can a long journey. Cloud walks steadily. Clink. 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 His bells mix with bird song. The road is smooth beneath your feet. Tall grasses sway gently beside it. Small butterflies drift among wildflowers. Everything feels fresh after the cool night. As the sun climbs higher, the landscape slowly begins to change. The wide valley narrows. The river curves toward the north. Ahead, a long line of dark green appears across the horizon. At first, it looks like distant hills. But as you come closer, individual trees begin to appear, thousands of them. Towering oaks, ancient beeches, tall pines reaching high into the sky. The forest stretches farther than you can see. Liang slows the caravan. We have reached the whispering forest. You look upward. The trees seem impossibly tall. Their branches weave together far above the road. Sunlight filters through countless leaves. Golden rays fall like soft ribbons across the forest floor. The air changes immediately. It becomes cooler, damper, filled with the scent of pine needles, moss, and rich earth. The sounds change as well. The open valley disappears behind you. Instead, gentle breezes move through thousands of leaves. Stash, it almost sounds like quiet voices. Perhaps that is why travelers gave this woodland its name. The whispering forest. Cloud steps beneath the first great trees. Clink, clink, clink. Even his bells sound softer here. The forest seems to wrap every sound in green silence. You notice enormous tree trunks lining the road. Some are so wide that several people could barely reach around them together. Their bark is rough with age. Their roots disappear deep beneath the earth. Liang places one hand against an old oak. This tree was already old when my grandfather first walked this road. You imagine how many caravans have passed beneath these branches. Silk merchants. Pilgrims. Messengers. Families searching for new homes. Musicians. Scholars. Each one leaving only footprints that the forest quietly covered again. Birds dart between the branches overhead. A bright blue kingfisher flashes beside a woodland stream. A woodpecker taps rhythmically against a distant trunk. Tap, tap, tap. Somewhere deeper in the forest, a cuckoo calls. Its voice echoes gently through the trees. The road follows a narrow stream. Crystal clear water dances over smooth stones. Tiny ferns grow beside the banks. Moss covers fallen logs like soft green blankets. You kneel beside the stream. The water is cool enough to chill your fingertips. Small fish dart beneath the surface before disappearing into shadows. You refill your cup. The water tastes wonderfully fresh. Cloud drinks as well. When he lifts his head, tiny drops fall back into the stream. The bells move again. Clink. The sound seems to belong here. The caravan continues. As the morning passes, shafts of sunlight move slowly across the woodland floor. Sometimes they illuminate clusters of tiny white flowers. Sometimes they reveal mushrooms growing beneath fallen branches. Liang points toward a patch of unusual flowers. These bloom only for a short time each year. You crouch to admire them. Their petals are delicate, almost transparent. The forest offers quiet treasures to those who walk slowly. Near midday, the caravan reaches a small wooden bridge. Unlike the great stone bridge behind you, this crossing is simple. Strong oak beams span a narrow woodland river. The water below flows swiftly between polished rocks. You pause at the center. Looking down, you watch leaves floating gently downstream. One leaf circles briefly inside a tiny whirlpool, then continues on its way, just like every traveler. Every journey pauses from time to time, then continues forward. Beyond the bridge, the forest grows even older. The trees stand closer together. Their branches form a leafy roof overhead. Sunlight becomes softer. The air grows pleasantly cool, perfect for walking. Around midday, the caravan arrives at a woodland clearing. Several cottages sit beneath enormous chestnut trees. Thin curls of smoke rise from stone chimneys. A water wheel turns slowly beside a clear stream, its wooden paddles splash gently. Splash. Turn. Splash. Turn. Children wave happily as the caravan approaches. A kindly woman greets Liang with warm bread fresh from her oven. She introduces herself as Alina. Her family has welcomed travelers here for generations. She leads everyone beneath a large tree where wooden tables stand in the shade. Lunch is simple. Fresh bread, soft cheese, forest mushrooms cooked with herbs, sweet pears from nearby orchards. Honey gathered from woodland beehives. The meal tastes peaceful, as though the forest itself helped prepare it. Afterward, Alina shows you something special. Near the edge of the clearing stands an enormous oak. Its trunk is broader than a wagon, its branches spread like the roof of a great hall. My grandmother called this the listening tree, Alina says softly. Why? Because travelers often rested beneath it. She smiles. They shared stories before continuing their journeys. You place your hand against the ancient bark. It feels warm beneath the afternoon sun. Perhaps thousands of hands have rested here before yours. The tree remembers none of their names. Yet somehow it has sheltered them all. That seems enough. Soon the caravan thanks the villagers. The road continues westward. The afternoon becomes wonderfully quiet. Cloud walks steadily ahead. Clink. Clink. The bells have become part of the forest's music. Birdsong. Flowing streams. Rustling leaves. Camel bells. Every sound belongs together. As the sun begins its slow descent, Liang points toward a hillside beyond the trees. There, high among the forest, stands a stone building with a red-tiled roof. Its walls are pale against the green hillside. A small bell tower rises above the trees. The building is simple, peaceful. Almost hidden, the forest monastery, Liang says quietly. For hundreds of years, travelers have found rest there. You look carefully. Tiny gardens surround the stone walls. Fruit trees grow beside narrow paths. A clear spring flows down the hillside. The monastery seems perfectly at home among the ancient trees. The caravan follows a winding path upward. The monks greet each traveler with warm smiles. No loud voices. No hurry. Only kindness. Cloud is led to a grassy meadow where several other caravan animals are already resting. He lowers himself comfortably beneath an old walnut tree. His blue cloth catches the golden light of evening. The bells become still. Inside the monastery courtyard, flowers bloom beside quiet stone paths. Lavender. Rosemary. White lily. A fountain bubbles gently in the center. The air carries the scent of herbs and fresh bread. One elderly monk offers you warm herbal tea. He smiles. Every road becomes lighter after a good rest. You sit beside the fountain. The water sparkles in the fading sunlight. Birds settle into the trees for the night. The forest grows quieter with each passing minute. As evening arrives, the monastery bell rings, one clear note, then another. The sound floats peacefully across the valley. It reaches the trees. The streams dot the distant hills. Perhaps even the great river behind you. You close your eyes. The bell fades into silence. Night slowly settles over the whispering forest. Stars begin appearing between the branches overhead. Not as many as you saw above the desert, but somehow they feel closer here, gentler. You return to your simple guest room. The window remains open. Cool forest air drifts inside. Outside, Cloud sleeps peacefully beneath the walnut tree. His blue cloth is still. His bells rest quietly. Far below, the woodland stream continues its endless song. The leaves whisper softly above it, hush, hush. Tomorrow, the caravan will leave the shelter of the forest and continue toward rolling meadows, quiet vineyards, and one of the oldest libraries on the Western Silk Road, a place where books, maps, and memories have been carefully preserved for centuries. But tonight, there is nothing to do except rest. The forest is watching over every traveler. The monastery is warm. The road is patient. And beneath the ancient trees, the Silk Road sleeps peacefully until morning. Dawn arrives gently over the forest monastery. Before the first sunlight reaches the tops of the ancient oaks, a light mist settles among the gardens. Tiny drops of dew rest upon lavender blossoms. The stone paths are cool beneath the morning air. The small fountain in the courtyard continues its quiet song. Water rises, water falls, again, and again. Nothing rushes. Nothing asks to be hurried. You wake slowly in the simple guest room. The window is still open from the night before. Fresh woodland air drifts inside. It carries the scent of pine needles, herbs, and damp earth. For a few moments, you remain comfortably beneath your blanket. Outside, a robin begins its morning song. Another bird answers from somewhere deeper in the forest. Soon, gentle birdsong fills the hillside. The monastery awakens peacefully. You rise and step outside. The eastern sky has become pale gold. The first rays of sunlight touch the highest branches of the great trees. The leaves shimmer softly. A few monks are already tending the gardens. One carefully waters rows of herbs. Another gathers ripe figs from a small orchard. A third sweeps fallen leaves from the stone walkway with slow, steady movements. No one seems to hurry. Each task is performed with quiet care. Near the meadow, Cloud has already awakened. He stretches his long neck toward the morning light. His blue cloth hangs neatly beside his harness. When he notices you, he gives a gentle snort. One small bell moves, clink, the familiar sound makes you smile. Good morning, Cloud. He blinks slowly, as though agreeing that it is indeed a beautiful morning for traveling. Liang stands beside the monastery gate, speaking with the elderly monk who welcomed the caravan the evening before. The monk's name is Brother Tomas. His silver hair catches the early sunlight. In his hands, he holds a beautifully worn book. Its leather cover has become smooth after many years of careful use. Brother Tomas notices your curious glance. This book has traveled almost as far as you have, he says warmly. He opens it gently. Inside, the pages are filled with careful handwriting. Some words are written in one language, others in another. Tiny drawings decorate the edges of the pages. Blue flowers, golden stars, green vines. The monks who lived here copied these pages by hand, Brother Tomas explains, many centuries ago. You carefully admire the writing. Every letter is neat. Every line is straight. Someone spent countless hours creating this book. There are many more like it. The monk says, where? He smiles. At the Library of the Western Scholars, Liang nods. That is where today's road leads. Your journey has carried silk across deserts, spices through mountain passes, blue stone from hidden valleys. Now, it leads towards something different. Knowledge. The caravan prepares to depart. The monks offer warm bread for the journey. Small bundles of dried herbs, fresh apples from the monastery orchard. The travelers thank their hosts. The monastery bell rings once more. Its gentle sound follows the caravan down the winding forest road. Cloud leads the way. Clink, clink, clink. The bells mingle with bird song. Soon the ancient forest begins to grow thinner. The towering trees stand farther apart. Sunlight reaches the road more easily. The cool woodland air slowly becomes warmer. By mid-morning, the caravan leaves the forest behind. The landscape opens into broad rolling meadows. Tall grasses sway gently beneath the breeze. Wildflowers paint the hillsides, blue cornflowers, red poppies, golden buttercups, white daisies. The fields seem to stretch forever beneath the bright sky. You pause for a moment to admire them. Butterflies drift lazily from flower to flower. Honeybees move patiently among the blossoms. The air hums softly with life. The road curves between gentle hills. Stone walls divide small farms. Sheep graze peacefully beneath scattered oak trees. Beyond the fields, neat rows of grapevines climb sunny slopes. The vineyards follow the shape of the hills. Their green leaves shimmer beneath the afternoon light. Workers move carefully between the rows. Some inspect the vines. Others carry woven baskets. Liang notices you watching. These vineyards have welcomed travelers for generations. You breathe deeply. The warm air carries the sweet scent of growing grapes. The road becomes pleasantly busy. Farmers guide wagons filled with fruit. Messengers ride swift horses. Pilgrims walk with wooden staffs. A painter carries rolled pieces of cloth and carefully wrapped brushes. Everyone seems to be traveling toward the same destination, the hilltop city. Around midday, the caravan stops beside a clear spring flowing from a rocky hillside. Its water gathers in a shallow stone basin before continuing into a narrow stream. Cloud drinks deeply. You fill your own cup. The water is wonderfully cool. Nearby, an elderly traveler sits beneath a chestnut tree. He carries several rolled maps inside a leather case. Liang greets him warmly. "This is Master Elias," Liang says. He has spent many years drawing maps. Master Elias smiles kindly. A road is easier to follow when someone remembers where it goes. He carefully unrolls one of his maps. Thin brown lines cross mountains. Blue rivers wind through valleys. Small circles mark towns. Tiny bridges. Old caravanserai, monastery, librairie. You recognize several places already visited. The hidden desert garden. The ancient city. The mountain market. The great river. The whispering forest. They are all connected. Just as they are in your memories. You have walked only one thread, Master Elias says softly. The Silk Road is like a great woven carpet. He traces another line. This road leads north, another. This one crosses snowy mountains, another. This follows the sea. There are countless paths, countless journeys. Each one connected to another. The map is not simply a drawing. It is a story, rolled into parchment. After thanking Master Elias, the caravan continues. The hills gradually become steeper. At last, one final ridge rises before you. Liang points toward the summit there. You climb slowly. Clouds' bells ring with steady rhythm. Clink, clink. Clink. When you reach the top, the view takes your breath away. A beautiful city rests upon the hill beyond. Bright stone walls surround it. Slender towers rise above red rooftops. Gardens fill the spaces between buildings. At the highest point stands a magnificent building with wide-arched windows and a great domed roof. Its pale stone shines beneath the afternoon sun. The Library of the Western Scholars, Liang says quietly. You understand immediately why travelers speak of it with such respect. The caravan enters through the eastern gate. Unlike the lively mountain market, this city feels calm. People speak softly. Many carry books. Students walk beside teachers. Scribes hurry carefully, protecting bundles of rolled parchment from the breeze. Even the marketplace is quieter. Instead of spices and metalwork, many stalls display ink, parchment, brushes, rulers, and beautifully bound books. You pass a small workshop. A woman carefully mixes blue pigment into a tiny bowl. You recognize the color immediately. The blue stone from the western hills. Ground into fine powder. Mixed with water. Becoming brilliant paint, you smile. The mountain has continued its journey. Inside the library courtyard, fountains sparkle among carefully tended gardens. Tall cypress trees provide cool shade. Birds nest beneath the tiled roofs. The air smells faintly of paper, leather, cedar wood, and fresh ink. Brother Tomas was right. Books are everywhere. Inside the great reading hall, sunlight pours through high windows. Long wooden tables stretch across the room. Shelves rise almost to the ceiling. Thousands of carefully arranged books rest there. Some are newly written. Others are centuries old. Ladders lean against the tallest shelves. Scholars move quietly between them. No voices are raised. Only the gentle turning of pages. The scratching of quills. The soft footsteps of readers. You walk beside Liang through the hall. An elderly librarian greets your caravan warmly. Her name is Lady Miriam. She wears simple gray robes. A small silver key hangs from a ribbon around her neck. Welcome, she says. Every traveler brings a new story. She leads you toward a large table. Several scribes sit there copying books by hand. Each letter is written carefully. No one rushes. One scribe gently places a tiny brush into brilliant blue paint. He decorates the first letter of a page with delicate vines and stars. The blue glows beautifully. You remember the blue stone inside the mountain. The miners, the merchants, the caravan. Now the stone has become part of a book. A journey has become knowledge. Lady Miriam notices your smile. Books travel farther than wagons, she says quietly. Even after we are gone. She opens a large map of the known world. Tiny roads spread across the parchment. Mountains, rivers, cities, deserts. Forests, the Silk Road winds across them all like a golden thread. Every traveler adds something, she says. A new bridge, a safer well, a forgotten village. The road is never finished. You spend the afternoon wandering peacefully through the library. Some rooms contain maps. Others hold books of medicine, astronomy. Poetry. Music. History. Gardening. Languages. Travel journals written by people who walked these same roads many centuries before. One book contains drawings of plants from distant mountains. Another records the stars visible above the desert. A third describes caravan routes across snowy passes. Every shelf feels like another journey waiting to begin. As evening approaches, golden sunlight fills the reading hall. Dust motes drift lazily through the beams of light. The scholars begin carefully closing their books. Quills are cleaned. Ink jars are covered. Pages are gently tied with ribbons. Knowledge, too, must rest at the end of the day. Outside, the caravan settles into the city's guest house. Cloud rests comfortably in a quiet stable beside a small orchard. His blue cloth catches the last rays of sunset. The familiar bells are still. Dinner is shared beneath grapevines growing over a wooden arbor, fresh bread, vegetable stew, cheese. Sweet grapes picked that very morning. The conversation is gentle. Some travelers speak of maps. Others of books. One merchant says that he has learned more from the library than from any marketplace. Tarek plays a soft melody on his flute. The notes drift through the evening garden. Several scholars pause to listen. When the music ends, the stars begin appearing above the quiet hilltop city. You return to your room. The window overlooks the library dome. Moonlight rests upon its pale stone. Somewhere below, a page turns softly. Perhaps one scholar is still reading by lamplight. Perhaps another is writing tomorrow's history. You lie beneath your blanket. Outside, Cloud sleeps peacefully. His blue cloth is still. The bells remain silent. The city grows wonderfully quiet. The library rests. The books wait patiently upon their shelves. The maps dream of distant roads. And somewhere beyond the western horizon, another chapter of the Silk Road is already waiting. For tonight, however, there is nothing more to do. Only to rest. To breathe. And to let the stories of the ancient road drift gently into your dreams. Morning comes softly to the hilltop city of scholars. Before the first rays of sunlight reach the library's great dome, the streets remain wrapped in peaceful silence. The fountains continue their quiet rhythm. Water rises, water falls. A gentle breeze carries the scent of cedar wood, fresh parchment, and flowering vines through the open courtyards. The city seems reluctant to wake. It has spent the night protecting thousands of books, each resting quietly upon its shelf. You open your eyes in the guest house overlooking the library gardens. The room is cool. The stone walls have held the freshness of the night. Outside your window, a pair of swallows dart through the pale morning sky. They fly effortlessly above the rooftops before disappearing toward the western hills. You remain still for another moment. The journey has carried you through deserts, mountain passes, ancient cities, forests, rivers, and libraries. Each place has offered something different. Some offered water. Some offered knowledge. Some offered music. Others simply offered a quiet place to sleep. Every stop has become part of the story. You gather your belongings slowly. Your travel bag feels familiar now. Its straps have softened from many days on the road. Your cloak still carries the faint scent of pine from the whispering forest. When you step into the courtyard, Cloud is already awake. He stands peacefully beneath an apple tree. Morning sunlight shines upon his soft brown coat. The blue cloth hanging beside his harness glows brightly in the early light. When he notices you, one ear turns gently in your direction, then his bells move ever so slightly. Clink. A quiet greeting. You smile. Good morning, old friend. Cloud lowers his head. Perhaps he remembers every road as well. Liang is speaking with Lady Miriam beside the guest house gate. The elderly librarian carries a small rolled parchment tied with a blue ribbon. She offers it to Liang. It is a copy of an old map, she says. It marks wells, orchards, and resting places west of the vineyards. Liang bows gratefully. Maps are gifts that continue giving. Lady Miriam smiles. So are stories. Before the caravan departs, she offers each traveler a small dried flower pressed between two thin sheets of paper. This flower grew in our library garden. It will remind you that even the longest journeys begin with a single quiet morning. You carefully place it inside your travel journal. At first, there are only a few neat rows climbing a hillside. Then dozens, then hundreds. Soon the landscape becomes a great sea of green vines stretching toward every horizon. Wooden posts support each row. The vines twist patiently around them. Clusters of grapes hang beneath broad green leaves. Some are pale green, others have turned deep purple beneath the summer sun. Morning dew still clings to the fruit. Each tiny droplet catches the sunlight. The vineyards sparkle. The road passes quietly between them. The scent is wonderful. Fresh leaves, warm earth, ripening fruit. A soft breeze carries it across the hills. Cloud seems to enjoy the cooler shade cast by the vines. His steady footsteps continue clink, clink, clink. You notice workers already tending the fields. Some trim leaves to allow sunlight to reach the grapes. Others inspect each vine carefully. An elderly woman gently ties a young branch to its wooden support. She works patiently, one vine at a time. Liang slows beside her. Good morning, she smiles warmly. Good morning, travelers. Her name is Sophia. Her family has cared for these vineyards for many generations. She explains that every season brings different work. Winter is for pruning, spring is for new growth. Summer is for careful watching. Autumn is for harvest. The vines teach patience, she says. They never hurry. You look at the rows stretching across the hills. Each vine has grown slowly, season after season, year after year. Some are older than their caretakers. The road continues. The vineyards are interrupted from time to time by small orchards. Apple trees, pear trees, apricot trees. Tiny stone cottages rest among them. Smoke rises peacefully from chimneys. Children gather fallen apples into woven baskets. An old man repairs a wooden fence while humming quietly to himself. Everything moves at an unhurried pace. You begin to notice how different this part of the Silk Road feels. The great markets were busy. The mountain passes demanded careful attention. The desert required endurance. Here, life follows the seasons. Morning, afternoon. Harvest. Winter. The road slows to match the countryside. By late morning, the caravan reaches a gentle hillside where a narrow stream winds through a meadow. A small stone bridge crosses the water. Wildflowers bloom beside the banks. Blue cornflowers sway beside white daisies. Dragonflies skim across the surface. Liang calls for a short rest. Cloud kneels comfortably beneath a broad walnut tree. The travelers remove their packs for a while. You walk to the edge of the stream. The water is clear enough to reveal smooth pebbles beneath the surface. Tiny fish dart between waving plants. A young shepherd approaches with several sheep grazing nearby. His name is Luca. He carries a simple wooden flute tucked into his belt. He sits beside the stream and begins to play. The melody is gentle, only a few notes. Simple, peaceful. The sheep continue grazing without concern. The birds continue singing, the stream continues flowing. Everything belongs together. Tarek smiles from across the meadow. He quietly lifts his own flute. Soon the two melodies meet. One learned in distant deserts, the other born among these green hills. Neither competes with the other. Instead, they weave together like two roads meeting. The travelers listen quietly. No applause follows, only smiles. Sometimes music does not ask for words. The caravan continues after lunch. The road gently climbs another hillside. From the top, the countryside unfolds below. Golden wheat fields ripple in the afternoon breeze. The vineyards follow the curves of the land. Narrow roads connect one village to another. Tiny white farmhouses dot the valleys. Beyond them, distant blue mountains rest beneath scattered clouds. You pause beside Liang. The land seems peaceful. He nods. It has known difficult times. He looks across the fields, but people always plant it again. He points toward the vineyards. Roads carry goods. He points toward the wheat. Fields carry life. Then toward a farmhouse where smoke curls from the chimney and homes carry hope. His words remain with you as the caravan continues. In the afternoon, the travelers arrive at a small village preparing for its harvest festival. Colorful ribbons hang between houses. Fresh flowers decorate doorways. Long wooden tables are being placed beneath shade trees. Villagers greet the caravan warmly. "You have arrived just in time," laughs the village baker. Large round loaves cool upon wooden racks. Their warm aroma fills the square. Nearby, women arrange baskets overflowing with grapes, apples, pears, walnuts, figs, and freshly baked pastries. Children practice simple dances beneath the village oak. An elderly musician tunes a stringed instrument. No one seems hurried. The celebration will begin when everyone is ready, not before. The village elder invites the travelers to stay for the evening meal. Liang gladly accepts. As sunset approaches, lanterns are hung among the trees. Their soft golden light mixes with the fading daylight. Long tables fill with simple country dishes, vegetable stew, fresh bread, cheese, roasted vegetables, sweet figs drizzled with honey. Nothing is extravagant. Everything is prepared with care. You sit beside villagers you met only hours ago. Conversation flows easily. A farmer tells stories about last year's harvest. A grandmother remembers caravans from her childhood. A young girl proudly shows the basket she wove herself. The Silk Road is not only famous cities, it is also places like this. Small villages, ordinary evenings, shared meals. After dinner, musicians begin to play, not loudly, not for performance. Simply because music belongs to gatherings. Children dance first. Soon grandparents join them. Travelers clap softly in rhythm. Cloud watches from the nearby pasture. His ears twitch toward the music. His blue cloth catches the glow of lantern light. The bells remain still. Evening deepens. Stars appear one by one above the vineyards. The warm air carries the fragrance of flowering herbs and ripening fruit. Fireflies begin to drift across the nearby fields. Tiny lights floating above the grass. You step away from the celebration for a few moments. At the edge of the vineyard, you look back. The village glows softly beneath the stars. Laughter rises gently into the night, lanterns sway in the breeze. Beyond the rooftops, endless rows of vines disappear into darkness. You think about everything the road has shown you: the quiet monastery, the great library, the mountain market, the hidden desert garden, the silent ruins, the rivers, the forests, now these peaceful vineyards. Every place teaches something different. Perhaps that is the greatest gift of the Silk Road, not simply that it connects places, but that it allows travelers to understand how many different ways people live peaceful lives. Later, the caravan settles for the night in a small guest barn at the edge of the village. Cloud lies comfortably beneath a wooden shelter. His breathing is slow. The blue cloth beside his harness barely moves in the gentle night breeze. The familiar bells are silent. You climb into a simple bed beneath a wooden roof. Through the open window, you can hear crickets singing. Somewhere in the distance, an owl calls softly. The vineyard rests beneath moonlight. Tomorrow, the caravan will leave the farming villages behind and continue toward a broad plain where ancient windmills turn with the western breeze. And a peaceful lakeside town welcomes travelers from both land and water. But for tonight, the countryside is still. The harvest moon watches over the fields. The vines rest after another day beneath the sun. The road sleeps quietly between the hills, and the gentle journey along the ancient Silk Road continues, one peaceful step at a time. Morning arrives quietly over the vineyard village. The tables beneath the great oak have been cleared. The ribbons tied between the cottages sway gently in the cool breeze. A few flower petals rest upon the stone path, reminding everyone of the joyful evening that has passed. The village sleeps peacefully, only the crickets continue their soft song. You awaken slowly beneath your warm blanket. The little guest room is filled with the cool freshness of early morning. Through the open window comes the gentle scent of grapevines, fresh bread, and damp grass. For a little while, you simply listen. A rooster calls somewhere beyond the orchards. Several sheep move quietly in a nearby field. Then, from outside the stable, comes a familiar sound. Clink, clink. Cloud is awake. You smile before you even leave your bed. His gentle bells have become part of every morning on the Silk Road. You gather your belongings carefully. Your travel journal now contains many memories. The pressed flower from the library, a small drawing of the ancient watchtower in the desert, a note about the hidden desert garden, the names of kind people you have met, Armin, Nader, Brother Tomas, Lady Miriam, Sophia, Luca. Each name reminds you that every road is built not only with stone, but with friendship. Outside, the eastern sky glows softly with shades of peach and pale gold. Morning mist rests between the vineyard rows. Tiny beads of dew sparkle upon every leaf. Cloud waits patiently beneath the wooden shelter. His blue cloth has been brushed clean. His brown coat shines softly in the dawn. He lowers his head as you approach. Good morning. Cloud answers with a slow blink. One bell gently touches another. Clink. Liang is already studying the western road. Today the caravan leaves the vineyards behind. Ahead lies a vast open plain where the land stretches farther than the eye can see. The winds are stronger there. For generations, people have learned to work with those winds instead of against them. Large windmills stand across the countryside. Their turning sails grind grain into flour, pump water into canals, dot and guide travelers from great distances. The road begins gently. The vineyards gradually become fewer. Orchards give way to wide meadows. The hills slowly flatten into open grassland. The sky seems larger with every mile. Without the shelter of forests or mountains, clouds drift freely from one horizon to the other. The caravan walks steadily, clink, clink, clink. Clouds' bells sound clear in the open air. A cool breeze moves through the tall grasses. Golden seed heads sway together like gentle waves upon the sea. Wildflowers bloom among them. Purple thistles, white daisies dot bright yellow buttercups. Small blue cornflowers. Butterflies drift lazily from blossom to blossom. The countryside feels wonderfully peaceful. You notice many birds flying overhead. Long lines of geese travel across the sky. Larks rise from the grass, singing happily before disappearing again. A graceful hawk circles high above the plain. Liang points toward the horizon. Look carefully. At first you see nothing unusual. Then tiny white shapes begin to appear. They seem almost like distant birds, but they remain perfectly still. As the caravan moves closer, the shapes grow larger, windmills, one after another. Their tall wooden towers rise from the open fields. Each carries for great sails. The morning breeze turns them slowly. Round and round, round and round. Their movement is calm. Never hurried, never stopping. You cannot help watching them. There is something comforting about their steady rhythm. The caravan approaches the nearest windmill. Its wooden beams are weathered from many seasons beneath the sun. Wildflowers grow around its stone foundation. Nearby stands a small cottage with a red roof. An elderly miller waves cheerfully as the travelers arrive. "My name is Willem," he says. "You are welcome to rest." Liang thanks him warmly. The camels are led into the shade. Cloud settles comfortably beneath a large elm tree. The breeze lifts the edge of his blue cloth. His bells become quiet once again. You follow Willem inside the windmill. The air smells pleasantly of fresh flour and polished wood. Huge wooden gears turn slowly above your head. The sails outside catch the wind. Their movement turns a long wooden shaft. The shaft turns great gears. The gears rotate enormous round mill-esto-nes. Grain falls slowly between the stones. Soft white flour appears below. Everything moves together. Wind becomes motion. Motion becomes flour. Flour becomes bread. The mill seems almost alive, yet it asks for nothing except the wind. "The wind is our oldest helper," Willem says. "We cannot command it. We simply learn to work with it." You think about the rivers that carried boats. The camels that crossed deserts. The horses climbing mountain roads. Now the wind itself helps travelers and farmers alike. Every landscape offers its own gifts. After thanking Willem, the caravan continues. The road crosses broad fields where farmers harvest golden wheat. Several children gather fallen stalks into neat bundles. A woman hums softly while tying them together with straw. Nearby, another windmill turns patiently against the blue sky. Its sails cast long moving shadows across the fields. By midday, the caravan reaches a broad canal. The water is calm enough to reflect the clouds above. Small wooden boats glide slowly between the grassy banks. Some carry vegetables. Others transport sacks of grain from the windmills. A narrow bridge crosses the canal. As Cloud steps across, his bells echo softly, clink, clink, clink. The sound drifts across the quiet water. Dragonflies skim just above the surface. White water lily bloom near the edges. Several ducks paddle peacefully among the reeds. Beyond the canal, the land becomes greener. Tall willow trees line the water. Their long branches sway gently in the breeze. You hear another sound, a soft creaking, turning. Another windmill, then another. The plain is filled with them, each one working patiently, each helping the people who live nearby. The caravan stops beneath a cluster of willow trees for lunch. Fresh bread from the morning village is shared. Soft cheese, sweet apples, honey, cool water from the canal. Cloud enjoys fresh grass growing beneath the trees. A young girl named Elise arrives carrying a basket. Inside are warm oatcakes still fresh from the oven. My grandmother baked these, she says shyly. They are for the travelers. You thank her kindly. The oatcakes are slightly sweet with a hint of honey and cinnamon. Simple food. Comforting food. Food that tastes of home. After lunch, Elise points toward the western horizon. Do you see the birds? Far away, dozens of white birds circle above something hidden from view. What are they? Swans, she smiles. They live on the Great Lake. Leong nods. We will reach it before sunset. The road becomes quieter during the afternoon. The grasslands gradually give way to wetlands. Small ponds reflect the sky. Tall reeds sway gently beside the water. Herons stand perfectly still while watching for fish. A family of swans glides gracefully across a quiet pool. Their reflections move with them. The world seems to become slower here. Even the windmills turn more gently. As the sun begins to lower, the caravan climbs a small rise. From its summit, an extraordinary view opens before you. The Great Lake stretches across the western horizon. Its waters shimmer beneath the golden afternoon light. It is so large that the opposite shore is barely visible. Tiny sailboats drift across its calm surface. Fishing boats leave gentle trails behind them. Near the eastern shore stands a peaceful lakeside town. White stone houses reflect the evening sunlight. A lighthouse watches over the harbor. Several graceful windmills stand just beyond the town, turning slowly in the evening breeze. Their reflections dance upon the water. It is beautiful. You whisper. Liang smiles. Many travelers stay longer here than they planned. The caravan descends toward the lakeside. The air feels cooler. The scent of fresh water mixes with reeds and wildflowers. Cloud walks steadily. His bells ring softly. Clink, clink. Clink. As the caravan enters the town, fishermen return with their boats. Children wave from the wooden docks. Several swans glide peacefully beside them. The harbor is calm. Lanterns begin to glow along the waterfront. The caravan is welcomed into a comfortable inn overlooking the lake. Cloud is given a spacious meadow beside the shoreline. He lowers himself happily onto the soft grass. The blue cloth beside his harness catches the final rays of sunset. His bells become still. After dinner, you walk quietly to the end of the wooden pier. The lake reflects the colors of the evening sky. Gold, pink. Soft lavender. Then deep blue. One by one, the first stars appear. Their reflections sparkle upon the calm water. Behind you, the windmills continue turning. Slowly. Patiently. as they have for generations. You think about how many different things have guided this journey. Stars above the desert, mountain rivers, forest paths. Ancient bridges, library maps. Now the wind itself has carried people forward. The Silk Road has never belonged to only one landscape. It belongs to all of them. Every place adds another gentle chapter. You return to the inn. The sounds of the harbor grow quiet. A distant boat rocks gently against the dock. Somewhere outside, a swan calls softly across the water. Cloud sleeps peacefully beneath the open sky. The blue cloth rests quietly beside him. The bells do not move. The lake becomes smooth as polished glass beneath the moonlight. Tomorrow, the caravan will leave the lakeshore and follow a peaceful coastal road where sea breezes, white cliffs, and ancient harbors welcome travelers approaching the western edge of the Great Silk Road. But tonight, there is nowhere else to be. Only the quiet lake. The turning windmills. The gentle breeze. And another peaceful night beneath the endless sky. The morning begins with the quiet song of water. Not the flowing river that carried boats beneath the ancient stone bridge. Not the narrow streams that wound through the whispering forest. This water is different. It stretches beyond the horizon. Gentle waves rise and fall upon the shore of the great lake, their soft rhythm greeting the first light of day. You wake in the small and overlooking the harbor. The room is peaceful. A cool breeze slips through the open window, carrying the clean scent of fresh water mixed with reeds and distant salt carried by western winds. Outside, the world is wrapped in pale blue dawn. The sky slowly brightens. The lake mirrors every color. Soft silver, gentle lavender, hints of rose and gold. For a little while, the water and the sky seem impossible to separate. You sit quietly, simply watching. The Silk Road has taught you many different mornings, golden deserts, snowy mountain passes, green forests, ancient cities, rolling vineyards. Now, it offers another, a harbor waiting peacefully for the day. Outside, fishermen have already begun their work. Wooden boats drift quietly away from the docks. Their oars barely disturb the water. A flock of white swans glides gracefully between the reeds. Farther away, long-necked herons stand perfectly still along the shoreline. Even the birds seem to understand that mornings are meant to begin gently. You step outside. The wooden boards of the harbor are cool beneath your boots. Small ropes creak softly as boats rock with the waves. Nearby, Cloud waits beside the meadow where he spent the night. His blue cloth shines softly in the early light. When he notices you, he stretches his neck and gives a gentle breath. One bell moves. Clink. The familiar sound feels comforting, like greeting an old friend at the beginning of another day. You stroke his neck. Good morning, Cloud. He blinks slowly. The caravan is nearly ready. Liang studies a map while Tarek fills several water skins from a fresh spring beside the inn. Today's journey is unlike the others. For many weeks, the road has carried the caravan steadily westward. Today it reaches one of its greatest destinations, the harbor where land meets the sea. Merchants from distant kingdoms gather there. Some arrive after months crossing deserts. Others arrive aboard ships that have crossed vast waters. The Silk Road does not end at the sea. It simply changes its form. After breakfast, the caravan departs. The road follows the lakeshore for several peaceful hours. Tall reeds sway beside the water. Wild ducks paddle quietly among lily pads. The morning breeze ripples the lake into countless tiny diamonds beneath the sunlight. The windmills behind you grow smaller with every mile. Ahead, the landscape changes once again. The broad lake gradually narrows. Small streams flow westward. The air begins to taste slightly different, fresher, brighter. A hint of salt touches the breeze. Liang smiles. The sea is not far now. Cloud continues his steady pace. Clink. Clink dot clink dot. The bells blend with the cries of distant seabirds. You hear them before you see them. Long, graceful gulls circle high overhead. Their white wings catch the sunlight. Their calls drift across the open sky. Soon the road begins climbing gentle white cliffs overlooking the western coast. The view opens suddenly. You stop without realizing it. Before you lies the sea. Endless, blue beyond imagination. Its surface stretches farther than your eyes can follow. The horizon becomes a single line where water meets sky. Small white sails dot the distance like scattered petals upon the waves. For a long moment, nobody speaks. The sea has a way of making every traveler feel wonderfully small. The breeze grows stronger. It carries the clean scent of salt water. The sound of gentle waves reaches the cliffs below. The rhythm is slow. Patient. Eternal. Cloud lifts his head. Perhaps even he is curious. The caravan continues along the cliff road. Wildflowers bloom between the rocks. Sea lavender. Golden daisies. Tiny white blossoms clinging to the stone. Far below, waves wash against smooth beaches. Small fishing villages rest in sheltered coves. Their white houses glow beneath the afternoon sun. Around midday, the caravan reaches a lighthouse standing proudly upon a rocky headland. Its round stone tower rises high above the cliffs. A keeper named Elias welcomes the travelers. "I've watched caravans arrive for 30 years, he says warmly. And ships for even longer. He invites you to climb the winding staircase. Step by step, you ascend the tower. At the top, the view is breathtaking. To the east lies the long road you have traveled, rolling fields, blue hills. Distant forests dot almost invisible mountains beyond. To the west stretches only water. Countless ships move across it. Some are large merchant vessels with broad white sails. Others are small fishing boats. Each follows its own journey. Staskarathu. Elias points toward the harbor in the distance there. You follow his finger. A great harbor curves around a sheltered bay. Stone breakwaters protect dozens of ships. Tall warehouses line the waterfront. Masts rise like a forest above the docks. Smoke curls gently from chimneys. Colorful banners flutter in the sea breeze. The quiet harbor, Elias says softly. It has welcomed travelers for centuries. The caravan thanks the lighthouse keeper and continues. By afternoon, the road descends toward the bay. Olive groves appear along the hillsides. Fig trees grow beside white stone cottages. Goat herds lead their animals along narrow paths. Everything feels touched by the sea. Even the sunlight seems brighter here. As the caravan approaches the harbor, the sounds gradually change. Instead of camel bells alone, you hear ropes creaking, wood knocking gently against wooden piers, sails fluttering, gulls calling overhead. Yet despite its size, the harbor remains surprisingly peaceful. Ships arrive quietly. Workers move with practiced calm. No one rushes. There is always another tide. Always another sunrise. The caravan enters through a wide stone gate decorated with carvings of ships and camels together. Land and sea. Side by side. Cloud walks proudly across the harbor square. Clink. 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 Several sailors smile as they hear the familiar bells. One sailor remarks, "The desert has arrived." A merchant answers with a laugh, "And tomorrow the sea will carry it farther." You wander beside the docks. Every ship tells a different story. One carries fine wool. Another carries glass. Another is being loaded with silk from the eastern cities. Workers carefully move crates using wooden ramps. Nearby, craftsmen repair fishing nets beneath shaded awnings. A shipwright shapes a fresh mast from fragrant cedar wood. The smell of timber mixes with salt air. Everything feels connected. The roads, the rivers, the mountains, the forests, the sea, they are all parts of one great journey. Near sunset, Liang gathers the caravan upon a quiet pier. The sea has become calm. Golden light dances across the gentle waves. A merchant ship prepares to depart tomorrow morning. Its captain introduces himself as Captain Marco. He welcomes travelers aboard for a short visit. The wooden deck feels warm beneath your feet. Coiled ropes rest neatly beside polished barrels. The great white sails are folded patiently, waiting for the morning wind. Captain Marco smiles. A caravan follows the stars across deserts. He looks toward the open sea. A ship follows the stars across water. You look upward. The evening sky is beginning to deepen. Soon the same stars will appear above both road and ocean. Different journeys dot the same sky. As darkness slowly settles, lanterns are lit along the harbor. Their reflections shimmer upon the water like long golden ribbons. Musicians play quietly in a nearby square. Not to entertain crowds. Simply because evening invites music. Tarike joins them with his flute. Its gentle melody drifts across the harbor. Sailors pause their work. Children sit quietly along the docks. Even the gulls seem less noisy. The music belongs to everyone. Cloud rests comfortably in a grassy paddock overlooking the bay. His blue cloth stirs gently in the sea breeze. The familiar bells remain silent. Dinner is served beneath a wooden pavilion facing the water. Fresh bread, olives, roasted vegetables. Fish caught that very morning. Sweet figs. Local cheese. Travelers from many lands share the same long table. Different languages fill the evening, yet laughter needs no translation. After the meal, you walk alone to the end of the longest pier. The harbor has grown wonderfully still. Only gentle waves touch the wooden posts below. The stars begin appearing overhead. The same stars that guided your caravan across the desert. The same stars reflected now upon the sea. You realize something beautiful. The Silk Road was never only about reaching a destination. It has always been about every peaceful morning, every quiet evening, every kind stranger, every shared meal, every bridge crossed, every story carried from one place to another. The road has changed you, one gentle step at a time. You return to the inn. Cloud is already asleep. His breathing is slow and steady. The blue cloth rests quietly beside him. The bells do not move. Outside your window, the harbor glows softly beneath the moon. Tomorrow, a new chapter begins, not with another long road, but with a gentle voyage across calm waters, where the Silk Road continues beyond the shoreline, carried by the same spirit of curiosity, kindness, and peaceful discovery that has guided every step of your journey for tonight. However, the harbor sleeps. The ships rest against their piers. The sea whispers softly to the shore. And beneath a sky filled with familiar stars, the ancient Silk Road dreams beside the water.